Dan, now where are we, mate? Don't run, right? Don't run. Let's explain a few things to you, right? Why are you here, mate? I'll get you over that corner over there. I'm standing over here. Why are you here? Yeah? Why are you here? Tell us why you're here. It's Dan, isn't it? 28-year-old. Get in that corner, please, so no higher harm comes to you. Look,
Honestly,
we're not going to hurt you, right? I'm now putting you in a section 24 citizen's arrest. I'm going to hold you out of the police come, okay? Try and we'll take you to the floor. We're asking you nicely. Please stand in that corner just so no harm comes to you, okay? Thank you very much, Dan. Just in the back there. Right, just do us a favour, get in that corner there, will you? Thank you, right. So, Dan, 28, why are you here, mate? How old are you?
21.
21. So you lied about your age as well? Right, no problem. So, what are you doing here today, mate?
travelled from Durham today, haven't you?
Who are you here to meet?
From near Durham.
We know. Tell you what, we'll make this easier. Assume we already know the answers, okay? So, why are you here? Right, who are you here to see? Don't name, but how old is this person? You do know. You do know. She's underage, isn't she? She's 13-year-old, isn't she? She is, you know she is. Why do you think it's acceptable to come and meet a child here for sex and sex activity? Can I just ask what you've got there? That's exactly what you said you were going to bring for this little girl, isn't it?
You said you were going to bring a bottle of Coke Zero and a bar of chocolate.
And that's exactly what you've done, Dan, isn't
Exactly
it?
what you were going to wear.
Is that you?
Said what car you drove, and you intended to get this 13-year-old, take her into the car, and take her back to her house.
We've just seen you park over there.
Didn't you say that age is just a number? It doesn't matter? Do you know what the legal age of consent is in this country? It's not.
It's not. That scares me a little bit more, because it's a bigger gap than what it actually is.
Daniel, have you brought anything else with you?
No.
You sure? About that?
Yeah, you just
I mean,
stay there.
the police will be searching you when they get here anyway. Just keep
Yep.
your hands out your pockets.
Keep your hands out your pockets, mate. Alright.
Hands out your pockets. Right, this has been recorded. This is both for our safety and your safety, to ensure no harm comes to you and no harm comes to us. Okay?
What you got to say for yourself? Can I just ask you one question? You've said you've messed up again. Have you been done for this before?
Trained, arrested previously, but nothing.
Was it to do
came
with...
about it.
Right, so have you been accused of going with a minor child? Did you get convicted of that? Did you go to court?
No.
You didn't go to court, so nothing come of it. Just where you're saying that you've messed up again there, that's all. It sounds to me like you've done this before. Which obviously if there's accusations being put there, this kind of backs them up. They're like, you have done it before, because you've just done it now. Do you know what I'm saying to you, Dan?
Yeah.
So, with that in respect, you know, why have you done this? Oh, sorry mate, sorry. You can come out.
Sorry.
Just get back in that corner, please. Sorry guys, yeah, there's a guy just finished work, come out the door, so...
Do you want to move it because anybody
No,
else
no.
knows?
So, getting back to it, why do you think you can do this to kids? Like, what gives you the right? Doesn't, does it? You understand you've messed up? You understand you've now ruined your life, and potentially any of your family members are now associated with you. It's not just you, it has a knock-on effect to this child. You would have scarred that child for life. She would have had nightmares, lack of trust issues. The damages that's done by people like you is unreal. And you're just standing there just going, oh well, you know, well, not again, I've messed up, blah blah. Like, you couldn't give a shit, like.
Yeah, too.
Well, explain.
You obviously don't, because you went into great detail what you wanted to do. Alright, you've turned up today to follow that through. And you were going to ruin this child's life, and for what? Your self-gratification for a few minutes.
You have done this before, haven't you?
Been accused.
So,
People have took their own lives for things like this. They've been victims like this.
can I just show you something as well? Elle, see that, what she's holding there? That's called evidence. So basically what's in there is our full statement, CD, of all the chats that you've been speaking. So it's pointless lying. It's better to be truthful. Alright? So again, I'll ask you, why have you done this today?
Because I'm daft.
I think you're a little bit more than daft. You don't need to do it, guys. That's the first bit of bother that you look through this whole thing. Do you want to sit down? Are you feeling a little bit? You can sit down if you want. I'm not an animal.
No, I've just getting a new job and that's gone.
It is gone.
Plus everything.
For what? Why? 13 years old. Let that sink in. It's a child. An innocent child. And what you've done, you've come to Newcastle today to pick her up and go back to her house and have sex with this child. Rape this child because she can't consent. That's what you've done. Let that hit home. This is not just a little fuck up, this is massive. So what have you got to say for yourself?
I mean, can you give any thought to your own family? What your own family's going to say about this?
Gonna go off it.
Of course they're going to go off it.
And that's the repercussions and the knock-on effect that your actions have.
If there's any relation to mine, I would completely
Disown them,
I'd have
wouldn't you?
nothing to do with them.
Do you think they would be right to do that? Do you think if they did disown you, they would be right? Do you think they should stand by you through what you've done? No, I don't think so either, to be fair. But anyway, like, regardless of this, if anybody does know who his family are, just leave them alone, because they're completely innocent. He's the one that's done this, and then he's the one that should face the wrath of the court system, not them.
So what would you think should happen here? What do you think should happen to you now?
I don't know. I just
What?
So if you were a judge and a person was in front of you that had done the exact same thing, what would you do? What would you give? Would you let them go free, send them to prison?
Do you think that's what we should do? Should we just let you go now? Have you learned your lesson?
No,
Are you going to do it again?
no.
What are you going to do when you get home?
Delete everything. Snapchat, Facebook. Well, I don't use Facebook.
Yeah.
Everything.
No, well that's good. Well, you can do that after you've been to the police, because I'm not going to let you go. Are you fucking joking? Are you mad? The only place you're going to is a police cell.
Have you been talking to any other children online?
You sure?
The police are going to look through your devices and any devices at home. Do you live with anybody?
Parents.
Going to go through your parents' devices, laptops.
They're actually probably
computers.
going to go down and rip your mum's house to bits, because they're going to have to search it for any electronic devices that can connect to the internet that you've used. So their night's going to be destroyed. Well, you can say that, but you know, where's the proof that police are going to have to find out something different? So, be honest. Why have you done it, mate? Just be honest. Now's your time, you know. Let's get it off your chest.
Just didn't see it.
Nothing to say.
Just kind of. I don't know why.
Well, you must know why. Like, that's what confuses us. You've spoken to this person for so long. You've then arranged to come here, and you've turned up. So what was going through your mind to get you here today? Find young girls attractive? Do you have an interest in kids? You kind of lifted your lip there as if to say not really. Why don't I believe you? Why don't I believe you? I believe, and it's my opinion, that you have done this before. And I believe if we let you go, you would just do it again. That's why we're not letting you go. That's why we're waiting for the police to come, and that's why it's getting dealt with the proper way. We're not vigilantes, we're not going to hurt you. If anybody comes to hurt you, we're going to protect you. So, you know, don't feel like we're here to... I mean, I haven't been horrible to you, have I? Maybe just give you a few home truths, like, but all we're here to do is just keep you here till the police come, that's all. And then they'll take you away, and then they'll do their due process, and they'll find out exactly what's going on, and they'll go from there.
They'll probably take a look at these previous accusations again. I'd actually be surprised if they didn't.
We're getting these here.
I mean, to me, it doesn't even look like you're sorry you've done it. You're just sorry that you've been caught. So I feel that's the message I'm getting, to be honest.
You seemed dead excited when you was going to meet that little girl.
Yeah, you were over the moon to meet that little girl. Very excited, very nervous, you'd said. Have you seen anything like this be done before on the internet? People turning up to meet kids.
You heard like groups like us. So you never heard, well, we're Jodie Chasers, and what we do is we basically wait online for people like yourself to contact decoys and, you know, take it from there. So there's a lot of teams out there at the moment. I'm sure you must have seen them on the news or on the internet or whatever. If you haven't, then you've learned the hard way, haven't you?
Just going through it all in your head, aren't you? How much you've just messed up. Yeah? And everything you've just lost. Now what we're here to do, we're here to prevent the other side, the victim. Because if a child had turned up today, if there was a 13-year-old child waiting at the top of there for you, she would have went along with you, would have went in that car and done untold amount of damage. And you would have left in your car, happy as Larry. I've no doubt you would have messaged her again and done it again, over and over.
How many more are you talking to? So when the police go through your devices, they're going to find that, surprisingly, this is the one and only underage child that you're speaking to.
Put my hands up.
Well, you've no need to do that. My opinion again is I don't believe you. But that's my opinion, and I'm entitled to that.
It's very rare that people like you are only talking to one child, not only interested in one child. I don't believe for 1 second you're only talking to one child. I really fucking hope you've only been talking to one child. I really do. If there's other people on your phone like us that you've been talking to, then that's more charges for you.
I'm sure they'll come forward once we
But
release
if
this.
there's a child on there, a real child, that's...
You've probably come to the conclusion now that the child's not going to have that pop, so if you need a bit of sugar, like, get it down you. And like I say, I'm not an animal.
If you are thirsty, drink the pop. If you're hungry, eat the chocolate.
Get a tab if you want one. So yeah, we're just normal people, just not happy about people like you trying to get to our children. Can you see why we do this? Do you agree with it?
I do.
So why have you done it? Why are you here? That's what I don't get.
I mean, there's plenty of adults out there, single and not single, and just looking for a bit of fun. There's even women out there you can pay for this sort of service. Why resort to children? I mean, is it because they're naive? Is it because they don't have a true understanding of relationship, sexual intercourse, and its impacts? I just don't understand. Like, a child is a child. The child is innocent, completely innocent.
Would have ruined her for life. For your what? However long it takes you. You know what I mean? Then what would you have done? Would you have started a relationship? How would you have explained that? You know? Or would you have just used her for what you wanted to do and then never spoke to her again? And then imagine the damage it would do. What she done wrong? Why her? She'll never trust another man again. For you. And you'll never remember. You'll forget all about it and you'll go and live your life. And then there's this poor child, now adult, damaged. Damaged. You just stay there, mate, please. You got anything to say? Anything, Dan?
Do you want to go around as well and sort of let them know what's going on?
So it sounds like the police are here. So you just stay there and they'll come and get you.
Could have just been a police car driving
Could have
past,
been.
because the police station is
Oh.
just
Sorry.
around the corner.
stand there. Back that. Thank you.
Sorry.
Mate, you've been alright with us, so I'm going to be alright with you, alright. You know. But the police, like I say, they are on the way. Oh well, it's just me and you. Why you done it, mate? But I use the term mate loosely. You're not my mate.
Write that down.
Nope. Oh, yeah, right. Police are here now. Cheers. It's not live, mate. Christy, so police are here now. Dan, 21, he now says he is. Getting walked down round to the police station. His life's just ended. He knows it. He absolutely knows it. Just got a new job. Threw that away for what? 5 minutes of fun with a child. What an absolute disgrace. Nice and quick though. Straight in the back of the car there. Spot on. Right. Well, anyway, he's in the car now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it there. See you later after all. Share.